You mentioned the BRICS. We see these nations now getting together in a massive way, now talking about kind of a new currency that might be based gold based, but one that they'll
Yep.
actually use. And I had Jim Rickards on recently, and it looks like a potentially scary thing. Like you said, one of the greatest ways the U.S. has dominated the world for the last 70 years is through the dollar and the petrodollar.
Yes.
And now you've got these nations actually talking about having an alternative and coming together and pushing back. Yeah, what do you see there? I think they got a big meeting in South Africa coming up soon, but it feels like they're
Hmm.
making advances there. So, yeah, what do you
Yeah,
see
they
there?
are.
Yeah.
There are several different tracks here. You have the BRICS countries that are very seriously considering some sort of a new joint currency, something akin to the euro, for example. You also have what might become in the next 5 years a joint currency of South American countries too. So we know that the Brazilians, for example, are in talks with the Chileans and the Argentines and the Mexicans and a handful of others, while at the same time carrying on talks with the South Africans and the Indians and the Chinese and some of these bigger world economies. This is something we should be deeply worried about because we're rapidly getting to the point where these countries don't need the dollar anymore. They don't need to rely on us. They don't need to have literally every electronic transaction be routed through New York, which would then make everybody susceptible to US sanctions, which we've overused to the point where now countries are objecting to them. That's number one. Number two, and forgive me for falling back on these stories, but I'm seeing real parallels over the years. The United States, as I said, always wants to be the global power. In 1995, I was stationed in the US Embassy in Manama, Bahrain, which is a very teeny tiny country in the Persian Gulf. It's the same size and same population as Pittsburgh, but it's a very important U.S. ally because it's the headquarters of the Fifth Fleet, the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet. Well, peace between Israel and the Palestinians at the time looked like it was actually going to happen, and the Bahrainis were asked to host the Arab-Israeli peace talks on the environment. This was an international effort, and so I was instructed to collect my Russian counterpart and to go jointly to the Bahraini Foreign Ministry and to invite the Bahrainis to host the Arab-Israeli peace talks on the environment. Literally minutes before I left the embassy with my diplomatic démarche, I received a hair on fire cable from the State Department saying, don't pick up the Russian, go to the Foreign Ministry by yourself and make this an invitation just from the US State Department. So I stopped by the ambassador's office. I worked for this awesome guy named David Ransom, one of the finest ambassadors I've ever worked for. And I said, did you see this cable from state? And he said, yeah, it's pretty fucked up. And I said, well, what do I do? He said, well, you have to do it. I said, the Russians are going to be pretty angry about this. And I have a relationship with my counterpart. His name was Andre. I said, I have a relationship with Andre. He's a good guy. He's going to be pretty upset. He said, well, these are our instructions. So I drove over to the foreign ministry and I said, the U.S. government invites you to host this thing, and please set up the new I forget what it was called, the Arab-Israeli peace conference on environmental protection, some silly thing that never came to pass. And sure enough, he called me and he's like, dude, what are you doing? This is a joint thing. This is not an American program. This is a joint U.S.-Russian program. And I said, dude, I'm sorry, but I was instructed to cut you out. And you have my deepest apologies, but what am I going to do? Well, you know what? Other countries are tired of us cutting them out. They're tired of having to answer to the United States. And so they've finally decided they're going to go it alone. And sometimes going it alone means partnering with other countries that are tired of the United States. And so we should not be surprised to see Brazil, India, China, Russia, South Africa say, hey, if we put the power of our economies together, we can actually make this work. And we don't have to rely on the SWIFT banking system, for example. We don't have to rely on the Treasury Department approving all of our international business deals. We could just do this by ourselves and cut the Americans out. And that's what we're very rapidly coming to.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?